What's going on, guys? My name is Oreo Token, and today we're going to be talking about the Loud Lullaby after it's been reintroduced at the lectern on the moon. So we'll talk about 120s being nerfed, we'll talk about if this weapon's good, and if it is, what we should farm for on this weapon. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so you will need to go to the Lectern of Enchantment in order to get the Loud Lullaby. This is on the moon in Sanctuary, right where Erismorn is, and there's the Lectern of Enchantment there. So once you go there, you interact with it, and you will look for the quest called the Essence of Brutality. It's going to be the third from the right side, and it's going to have the Loud Lullaby as a reward that you can get. You're going to need hand cannon kills and to do public events or activities on the moon in order to get this weapon. So go ahead and do Altar of Sorrow, and you should be able to get it. Once you have the weapon, the real question is, what do you want on this weapon? And let's talk about that. So they have removed a lot of really good perks on the weapon. Explosive payload, opening shot, multi-kill clip, rampage, outlaw, threat detector, under pressure, a lot of good things on this weapon. And with 120s getting nerfed where they're only doing 80 damage to the head, you're gonna really feel that damage fall off and that damage reduction going with these 120s. So let's talk about the new perks and what we want to look for. Since the Loud Lullaby itself has a lower range and aim assist stat than the rest of the 120s, we're gonna have to bring it closer back up to the actual total that the other ones have. So obviously a range masterwork is going to help you get there, getting right close to 80 range. And then I would not sacrifice any of the other stats like stability, handling, for range, because it's already so low, and we're going to need that going forward with our 120s because of how they feel now, and it's going to be more important to hit headshots in order to be getting that maximum TTK. So with that, I recommend corkscrew rifling or small bore. Hammer forge is good too because you don't lose anything, but those are the three I'd recommend there. And then accurized rounds would be probably my number one there. You could go for stability with steady rounds, but you lose some range there. I don't want to really give that up, so I would not go with that. After that, in our first perk pool, I would say surplus because of what it gives you with your abilities. Reload speed, handling, and stability. These are things that this gun is lacking right now. That'd be my number one. Slide shot would be a close second because when you slide, you refill your ammo in your magazine. With it having a 120 reload speeds, you're going to need that. Or I would go after that, probably no distractions and heating up. No distractions will keep the gun on the head and you don't have to run as many unflinching mods. And then heating up keeps the gun pretty vertical. It already is very vertical, so I would probably stick with no distractions over heating up. The last perk pool, that's where it gets interesting. This is one of the only 120s. Probably there's a second 120. There's one other, the Criminal Dagger, that I can roll with kill clip, but this is the only one you can actually get right now. So this really does help with what you're looking at for this weapon. So kill clip is a must, I think. If you can't get kill clip, frenzy is another good damage perk to put on there. But if you're looking just for pure stats on the weapon and you are going to rely on charged light to get your damage boost, Eye of the Storm or Wellspring are going to be your two to look at. But I recommend kill clip or frenzy. Frenzy is a passive, I love it. But if you're looking at getting all your kill perks from charged light, Eye of the Storm and Wellspring, that's what I would choose for this weapon. So now that they've taken away a lot of the perks, they redid the entire first and second perk pool on the Loud Lullaby. Let's talk about what is a good 120 to use. So opening shot and explosive payload are arguably two really good perks that were in the second perk column on the Loud Lullaby. And with that being said, True Prophecy still has that as an option. Getting one is hard, but if you do get one, you can get opening shot or explosive payload on your weapon, or rangefinder, explosive payload, or rangefinder and rampage. You could still go into that combo. So True Prophecy still is a very viable 120, but it's going to be sad to see that the trade-off basically for kill perk is opening shot or explosive payload. But I understand you have to have risk and reward of using different weapons, and it makes you want to use a different 120 because of what it can have on it, and I get that. But Loud Lullaby is going to be really your kill clip 120 where you can guarantee a 2-tap with kill clip, and that is why the Loud Lullaby is going to be seen out there, because it's one of the two that have kill clip and it's not sunset, so that's why it's important. So the question is this weapon good? And Lullaby, yes, it is good. It does have a really, really good perk pool when it comes to kill clip being one of two 120s with kill clip, and that does secure your 2-tap, especially with the nerf on 120s. But you give up something to get something. You give up a lot of the other stuff in 120s, your stability, your handling. You're really going to be maxing out, almost like Iron Reach. You're really going to be maxing out your range to get your 2-taps, because fall off now on 120s are just really a meter past 140s. So you're really going to be fighting against God roll 140s with a slower rate of fire, but you have the ability to 2-tap where they won't be able to do that. So that is where this falls in. Is it better than the rest of the hand cannons out there? Probably not, but it's farmable and it is a good base 120 hand cannon to have for anybody to get if you have the Moon DLC. So if you do have that, definitely go for it, and it's worth farming a good roll because it's always good to have a God roll in your vault. But you know, if you have a God roll Fatebringer or God roll Palindrome, or already have a God roll Steady Hand, you know, that might do. It probably will. You'll probably get outgunned by 140s with the Loud Lullaby, unless you're in an Empowering Rift or you build into getting the 2-taps. So that's what they're really focusing on, is building into that. Either you have an Empowering Rift as a Warlock, a Charge with Light build. You have to build into the ability with this weapon to get 2-taps consistently. So if you're not going to do that, you're not just passively going to get the kills. You have to purposely stat yourself that way to do it. So I'll let you be the judge if you want to do that. I personally do still like having 2-tap kills, so I will use it. But, you know, having a good 140 Palindrome or Fatebringer is still something I would love to have as well, just because of how it feels in PvP. Once again, my name is Oreo Token. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have a God roll that you've already gotten so far, leave a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear what your God roll is and what you like about this weapon compared to others. So y'all have a good one. I'll see you guys in D2. Bye-bye.